Good morning, you wonderful humans. We are back at it again. This is CCHS's virtual live exercise stream. My name is Seth Spicer, and we'll get right to the spiel today. I hope you've all had a wonderful weekend. This is day 22 already, and believe it or not, this is a deload week. Good morning to you, Dad. So this is day 22 already. It's going to be a deload week, so it's a great time to hop back in on it if you missed a couple days. My name is Seth Spicer. We do this with Jacob Carroll and Adam Fox. We collectively are Connected Community Health Support. We're trying to make health and fitness accessible. If anybody has a hard time maybe beginning exercise, if you think that it's a waste of time to drive to the gym and spend money on a gym membership, if you don't know where to begin with exercise, this is all for you. You can find us on any of our social media platforms at Connected CHS or on our Facebook page at Connected Community Health Support. We made this completely body weight and as individualizable as possible. So anybody should be able to join and get a good workout, no matter if you're going in for a knee surgery, no matter if you're getting old, no matter if you are have a lot of extra weight to lose. That's great. We encourage it, and that's the way that it should be, right? Everybody should be able to reach their health and fitness goals. All right. So all you got to do, click on our links any day or follow our restreams. We stream live Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 7:30 a.m., noon, and 5:30 p.m. Eastern time. I know some people come from different places other than just the Eastern Seaboard of America. So, and then you can catch our restreams at Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, 9 a.m., 1 p.m., and 7 p.m. Eastern time. Plus, we have a whole playlist on YouTube of everybody. Everybody has their own playlist if you want to find a specific trainer and start at a certain time. All right, so that's the spiel, and we'll get right to our warm-up today and move on with the fun stuff. Thank you all for joining this morning. I will turn the chat overlay on so I can see everybody's comments. But I don't like that graphic. It was distracting. All righty. And we're going to start with our warm-up as soon as Restream catches up with my speed. There we go, full screen. And we're good to go. All righty. Good morning, good morning, good morning. We're going to start with our warm-up. Starting from the bottom up, just get a couple ankle circles in there. Become aware of your ankles. Roll them back and forth a little bit. Just kind of get used to where your ankles are. I know sometimes people don't pay a lot of attention to them. I don't. And then one day you're walking down the sidewalk and you roll an ankle, and that's no bueno. Roll to the inside, roll to the outside. You don't have to if you don't want to. Just if you want, you can just do in-air ankle circles. I don't know what Victoria Day is, but happy Victoria Day. I feel like I'm missing something there, but that's all right. Moving on, we're going to hold on to a wall if you need to balance. We're just going to rotate internally, externally rotate the hip. You can go double external rotations, double internal rotation. Then go ahead, lower it to your side, raise the knee, doing it from an extended hip position, in, out. From the front, it looks like this. In, out. And repeat that with the other side. Really try and push it at the end range of motion. Get it as high as you can on each side. I'm going to Google what Victoria Day is, and there's the answer. And now I'll finally do some hurdle step overs and close the gates. Step over the Lego pieces on the ground, close the gate. Step over, close the gate. Step over the Legos, close the gate. I'm going to read that as soon as I'm done with the hip warm up. All right, now what we're going to do are shoulder circles. Let's go ahead and get the shoulders worked out, crank out the shoulders. A lot of read about Victoria Day, shoulder circles, hop to it. Huh. Neighbor in Canada's holiday, and I didn't even know it. Surprised Google Calendar didn't tell me. Well, happy birthday, Queen. And we always love a nice Monday holiday. I should get today off from work. Oh, arm circles. Land. I don't know. Next up, T-spine rotations. These ones feel good. We already got our hips loose and our ankles loose. They should be the loosey-goosey joints above the knees. The knees should be the stable joints, the hips. As long as the hips are moving well, you'll have a lot less pain at the knees and the low back. If the hips are locked up and they can't move, they're going to need to find movement from somewhere, and usually you get some excess movement at the knees and low back, and that causes some problems there. So hip mobility is really important, as is your T-spine for the same reasons, your thoracic spine, upper back for your neck and low back. So we're going to do our open books, both hands forward, hips facing forward, feet square on the ground. Rotate your right hand to the back, rotate your chest, watch the hand, and come back to center. Breathe in, breathe out. Left hand, rotate the chest. If you do it right, you cramp up. That's how I know you have a nice full range of motion. And repeat that for a few more reps on each side. You can look at your hand. I'm not going to. Breathe out into the exercise. Breathe. Alrighty, and some neck circles to finish it all off. Neck circles, nice and slow. None of these exercises should ever hurt. If they do, shut it down. Find a variation that feels better. All right, I'm good to go. I hope you're good to go. We're gonna get started in 10 seconds. We always start off with the floor touches or the glute bridge. I'll show the floor touches to start because it's more accessible. We're gonna start that together in 3, 2, 1. Ready, begin. Reach down slowly and back up. Push the butt backwards like you're picking up Garfield off the floor and stand back up. We're gonna repeat that for 30 more seconds. It's a deload week. Good week to join back in the program. That means we go 45 seconds of work to 45 seconds of rest. And Kelsey's here. Holy crap, we've got a whole gang this morning. Right now, we're doing floor touches together. Only go as low as you need to. Only go as low as what feels good and comfortable for you. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. For those of you just joining, I'm wearing a shark shirt today. All right, we have next up our horizontal row variation. It's our bent over, raise the roof. Bent over, raise the roof. The bent over position is going to be here, forearms on the thighs, like you're sitting on the chair. And then if you need to, you can do it one arm at a time, or you can do both if you feel comfortable. Just reaching forward and back. It's like you are reaching up to the sky, and then you just take that and you do it from the bent over position. Starting in 3, 2, 1, ready, begin. Now, last week we went 60 seconds of work, 30 seconds of rest, and let me tell you, raise the roofs got pretty hard there. On this one, you really want to think about pulling backwards. Resisting up towards the sky, almost like you're waving for help. We're resisting gravity with our back muscles. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. Good work, good work, good work. Good morning, sir. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, I love that. Anyway, now we're going to raise the roof from the standing position. I'm going to do it kneeling so that I can be closer. Good morning, good morning. Raise the roofs are very simple. Raise the roofs are more difficult than they appear. You take your hands from your side, you raise them overhead, and you bring them back down. 45 seconds. Starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Raise your hands for Victoria Day. Oh, like Queen Victoria. Again, a deload week is needed for our exercises because you can't be expected to just keep getting harder and harder each week. Your body needs an opportunity to actually adapt. So what we do is we decrease the volume a little bit, and that allows your body a chance to catch up and adapt before we somehow increase the duration, frequency, intensity, etc. to continue our adaptation. If you need to go one arm at a time, that's absolutely fine. 3, 2, 1, and time. Next up, we have standing marches, but not like last week. This week, we're doing a nice little variation to work something new. This week, we're doing marches to the side with the same side elbow touch. Right knee, left knee kind of thing. All right. That's not for another 22 seconds, though. I'm going to grab some quick water. I'll keep it by the side. Make sure to like, subscribe, depending on the platform that you're on. Set reminders on your phone. The most important thing is just that you show up day after day. That's all you got to do is make that one choice to show up day after day. Ready, set, begin the marches with the same side knee touch, like so. I like to think of it as a bit of a crunch across and down to the knee. It's like a standing side crunch. Why do we do it standing instead of just on the floor then? Because standing will produce less compressive forces on our discs as opposed to a lying side crunch. You can go as fast as you feel comfortable. If you need to hold on to a wall, of course, you may for stability. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Getting it moving this morning. We love to see it. We'd love to see it. If you have any questions at any point, feel free to shoot them into the chat. The chat is up there on the side for a reason. It's so that I can see and respond to any questions, comments, or concerns, or maybe you're just having the time of your life. I know. Good times here. Shoot them into the chat. Any questions, and I'll respond to them. Glad you all could make it on this beautiful Monday morning, day 22. Next up, easy one. All we have are bilateral squats. Bilateral squats, feet shoulder width apart, and move your hips down to the floor in whatever way that means to you. Starting in 3, 2, 1, ready, begin. That's right, bilateral squats are back. No more lateral squats. We didn't necessarily hate them, but I'll tell you what, I love a good old-fashioned squat. Go down as low as you feel comfortable. Weight shouldn't be too far forward on your toes, nor too far back on your heels. It should be right in the middle. Again, keeping the chest nice and tall. 3, 2, 1. And that was all she wrote. 40 seconds of rest and recovery. Again, I will reiterate, these exercises are all body weight. They will always be only body weight. And needing to buy equipment should never be a barrier to us reaching our health goals. Push-ups. Push-ups can be from the standard push-up position on the floor or from the knees down here. You can use the wall if you like, any wall like so, where the farther down the wall you go, the more difficult it becomes. I'll be using the couch cushion today. Push-ups together in 3, 2, 1, ready, begin. Keep the core tight. Again, the closer to the ground you get with the push-ups, the more difficult they become. And you want to pick an intensity that you can maintain for 3 sets of 45 seconds. Burning yourself out on the first set. Never did nothing for nobody. 5, 4, 3, keep going, and done. Good stuff. We love it. The sun came through, decided to shine. We finally earned some sunlight. If you're on Facebook watching the closed captions instead of clicking the link, just join us. Just try us out for today. Just give us a shot. See how you like it. I know I can't bite. It's anonymous through here, right? Well, if you use Twitch on any platform, you can actually create an account where it doesn't use your main name, unlike Facebook. In that case, it's completely anonymous. Either way, I can't see what you're doing, which I think is a major perk to this program. Nobody's around to judge you. Next up, shoulder extensions. I'm going to add a variation next time. I want more time to explain it. So shoulder extensions, bent over, or back here. In 3, 2, 1, ready, begin. Bent over position, forearms on the thighs. Push the hands back to the sky. One arm at a time. If you need, and if you feel like going overhead, you can go overhead too. I like to just focus on the shoulder extension because we do a lot of other overhead stuff in this workout. 10 more seconds. All you have to do is push your hands back and up to the sky. 5, 4, and time. And that is why we need a chat moderator. I don't know what man the plus. Next up, we're just going to throw some punches together. Throwing punches together is exactly what it sounds like. All right. And all that's going to be starting in 3, 2, 1. We're just throwing punches together. Ready, begin. I don't know what that person is saying in the chat. It didn't seem like real words, and I can't tell if it's a bot or not. So we're just going to shadow box, pretending that there's a bot in the chat, trying to take away our good workout. Keep throwing shadow punches. Keep working. Okay. Fighting the trolls. Keep swinging. Throw some punches for me. We're done in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. All right. We have 45 seconds break. I'm going to try and delete these comments because that way I can be more attentive. All right. And I think that should fix things. There we go. And we're starting over fresh with those. All right. We're done with set number 1 already of the day 22 live virtual exercise stream. We're going back to the top in 15 seconds. This time I'm doing the glute bridges because it feels better for me, but you know that you can do a floor touch, of course. All right. There we are. Yeah, good morning. I'm starting like this in 3, 2, 1. Ready, begin. You can do floor touches. I'm doing the glute bridges. Why? Because exercise, as I say almost every day, exercise should feel good for you. If you're trying to eat healthy, you wouldn't pick a vegetable to eat every day that you don't like, which is why we provide options. If you don't like Brussels sprouts, I wouldn't expect you to eat Brussels sprouts 3 times a week to be healthy. 3, 2, 1, and time. Next up, we have the bent over, raise the roofs. Gotta delete that little thing right there. Alrighty, and we're back. I'm gonna go back full screen. Bingo bango. All right, and we're back with our horizontal row. Again, these programs that we made hit every single muscle in your body. We use complex exercises to get a total body workout using no body weight. Using no equipment at all. Bend over, raise the roofs. Bend over, starting in 3, 2, 1. Raise the roofs. Now, this is supposed to be using your back and shoulder muscles. A little bit of rhomboid action. Maybe a bit of lat, posterior delt. Because my shoulder range of motion is so terrible, I actually feel myself resisting myself up at the top, which is going to make it probably a little harder for me, at least, when it comes time for the actual overhead presses. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. But that's okay. That just means that I need more overhead press work. If my shoulders can't take it, I'll just hit them with more. It's fine. If you have somebody out there, my favorite exercise is a cross between a lunge and a crunch. I call it lunge. My favorite exercise is a cross between a lunge and a crunch. I call it lunge. I'm telling all my exercise science friends that one. That's freaking hilarious. Jake and Adam are going to love that one. Absolutely great. All right, we'll move on to raise the roofs, and I'll give my spiel about this stuff later. Ready? 3, 2, 1, begin. Reaching overhead. It's like that thing they do in the military where they just say, hold your rifle out in front of you for as long as you can. Like, it's just a rifle. And then after 60 seconds, you realize what you've gotten yourself into. 20 more seconds of this. If you need to, you can go to one arm reaching overhead at a time as usual. We should be able to maintain this for 45 seconds. I like it because it works on my shoulder range of motion. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. All right. The next exercise we have, if I'm ever looking down, I'm looking at our exercise list that I have in front of me. All 8 exercises for 3 rounds, making sure that I'm doing in the right order or thinking about proper cues. The next one we're going to do is the standing march with a side knee crunch, adjacent to lunge. Alrighty, fantastic. Getting started in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ready, begin. Crunching down. Get that knee up high to the armpit. Almost like you're trying to reach forward and touch your armpit to your knee, armpit to the knee, armpit to the knee. If you can only get it up to here, or maybe even here. So when I move it to your hand, that works too. Just getting the knees moving is all that's important, right? If you're getting a sweat and your heart rate's up a little bit, that's all that matters. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. Next up are our bilateral squats. Nice and easy. If you have water, feel free to drink it. We have exciting news. We started advertising today for personal training, at-home personal training. They actually have a person with you. They're supporting you and will bring the weights to you. So it's an exciting advent that Connected Community Health Support is going to be doing. And that will hopefully fund our community organizers to make more change, make health more accessible within communities. Squats, 3, 2, 1, ready, begin. Squatting together. If you have any questions about anything health or science related during the course of the stream, feel free. Save it for the end. I'll do a little live question and answer session. Maybe you're going throughout your day and you say, hey, I bet Seth might have something to do with that. Might know a thing or two about that. Feel free to reach out. Or maybe you can reach out to us at Jake or Adam. Time on the squats. Maybe you can reach out to Jake or Adam too. Any of us will respond at connectedch30@gmail.com. We'll always be watching that, ready to respond to any questions that you might have. We're here to help. Next up, we have our push-ups. Push-ups, push-ups, push-ups. You can use the wall. You can use the floor. You can use your friend, but you can't use your friend's floor. All right? I'm going from the knees this time. Feel free to use whichever surface feels best for you. Starting in 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Ready, begin. We're all here to get a workout together. There will be a day, I'm sure my push-ups will get better by doing this program. And there will be a day when I'll be able to crank out push-ups for the entire time. But it takes time and it takes some adaptation. So give it time. I'll be able to crank out push-ups for the full time without being from my knees. And we're done. Time. Hope you all are having a wonderful workout. Try and tell just one friend. Like I said, one of the most important things is to have an accountability partner. It's to have a close friend that you can confide in and say, man, this exercise stinks. All right, so feel free to find somebody to do this with. It makes a world of difference towards sustaining your exercise goal. We're trying something new today. You can do the shoulder extensions and stick with those if you like. But there's also a prone floor slide, which adds a little more resistance to it that we can try today. To deload week, we might as well. You're laying on your belly, hands on your side, and you're trying to pull yourself across the floor. All right? If it's just an isometric, that's fine too. If you don't like what's going on, you can stick with the shoulder extensions. But hands on the floor, pulling yourself forward. Starting in 3, 2, 1. Ready, begin. We're here. Pulling down, trying to slide yourself forward across the floor. If you can't go anywhere, that's fine. Grip into the carpet, pull forward. If you have soft vinyl floor, you'll be able to actually slide somewhere likely. I know this is a new variation. 3, 2, 1, and time. And what that's trying to work are your lats. It's hard to work a vertical pull to mimic a pull-up. And this is the best thing that we found so far that actually hits your lats. I know it's an isometric. We generally like to be more dynamic and move a little more, but that's okay either way. If you don't like that one, that's okay. Next round, we can just do the shoulder extensions again. All right, next up, feel free to stand up if you aren't already. We're gonna be throwing some punches. All right, shadow boxing the trolls in the chat. Starting in 3, 2, 1, begin. And we're going. We're throwing some shadow punches. You know, gotta give me all 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think I got that wrong, but that's okay. Shut up, Julie Therian. I know though that shadow boxing gets really hard in not that long a time. Glad we're doing it on a deload. We might have to do it next week together on a harder week and time. Yeah, we've all got a dusty husband or two laying around. Glad to hear that you guys do this together. That's a really important, like I was just saying, really important way to keep it going together. Probably more enjoyable like that too. Let me know if you like that exercise, pulling down, trying to slide. I think I really feel it in my lats, and it hits it in a way that we don't other exercises, but it's also a little clunky. So maybe give it another shot. Let me know how you like it at the end of the workout, all right? Back to the top. We're starting in 15 more seconds. If you're watching this, thank you very much. This is day 22. My name is Seth Spicer, doing our free live virtual exercise stream. Starting with floor touches again in 3, 2, 1, ready, begin. And with any exercise, you want to go slow when your muscles become under stretch. So for example, my hammies are tight this morning. I'm going to move slowly down here and up. Slow at the bottom and up. Specifically for your tendon health, tendons like having load, tendons like feeling weight, but your tendons also don't like weight while they're in a stretched position, right? That's how they get inflamed. 3, 2, 1, and time. And we don't like tendonitis, so that's why I like to move slowly when we're under stretch, right? Yeah, I like the variation. Thank goodness. I've been talking with Jake and Adam about that for some time. We've been worried that it might be a little weird. I personally like it. I'm glad that you like it too. All right. Next up, bent over, raise the roofs. Bent over, raise the roofs. Again, if you're just seeing this on the replay, I know a lot of people watch our replays. Feel free to start from the beginning if you like to make it a little easier. All of our playlists are on YouTube at Connected CHS. Bend over, raise the roofs in 3, 2, 1, begin. Try to keep the elbows as high in the air as they can be the entire time. I say not the hands because they're going to end up all externally rotated. We don't want that. We want you arching your back. Keep the elbows high the whole time, and that'll work your back muscles ideally. Think about keeping your shoulders, your elbows above the level of your back the entire time. If this is one big plane, you keep your elbows above it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. Woo! Alrighty. Next up, classic, raise the roofs. Again, you can do this standing, you can do this anywhere. I like to do it kneeling so I can get a nice close look at the camera. 20 seconds. Now, not only am I good at exercise, thanks to this most recent master's degree in exercise science, but also, if you have any questions about some basic nutritional stuff, sleep, mindset, social, environmental conditions that control your life, ask, please. Raise the roofs, starting in 3, 2, 1, begin. And now this is week 4 of our 45-minute exercises, which you know, because you guys have been here for a while likely, that we constantly progress the exercise program. It gets harder in one way or another each week, except for the deload weeks, which we are currently seeing. So next week is when we go back to the 60 minutes instead of 45. And what that's going to look like, hold on, 3, 2, 1, and time. And what that's going to look like is 2 sets of 30 minutes, because I know 60 minutes can be a barrier to exercise. We don't want you to have to commit to 60 minutes, right? So we're going to do 2 30-minute segments next week, same times. And basically it's going to be like doing a 30-minute workout back to back, all right? And then you can get the duration of 60 minutes. If you have somewhere to go after 30 minutes, we understand, but this will make it a little more individualizable. So if you want the full hour, which I hope you do, you'll be able to stay for 2 back-to-backs. And it'll feel a little more broken up too, like we're just consistently exercising. So be excited for that one. Same time, same place. Next up, standing march to the side knee crunch in 3, 2, 1, begin. Here, elbows up, knees to your armpits. Like you're stepping over a really big leg up. I see that comment. Thank you, Dad. I know that 30-minute exercise session has a much better ring to it than 60-minute exercise session. So again, if our whole purpose is to make health and fitness accessible, we want to be able to make it work with your schedule. 3, 2, 1, and time. Next up, we have our bilateral squats. Last set. We're halfway through our last set. Trying to carry on strong, finish strong with this exercise. If you ever want motivation, let me know there too. Put it in the chat. I can do motivational Mondays, you name it. 17 seconds, 15 seconds. Yeah, if you ever have any good quotes, shoot them into the chat. I love a good quote. Maybe I'll use it for a spontaneous quote of the week. I don't know. 4, 3, bilateral squats. Ready, begin. Go as low as you feel comfortable, as low as your body permits. Also, I remember last week I said, be ready to share what kind of physical exercise you did that you found enjoyable in the week before. I got out for a nice walk along beautiful Whitney Point Lake here. If you found an exercise over the weekend, here in 10 seconds, you'll have an opportunity to put it into the chat. 3, 2, 1, and time. What sorts of physical activity did you do? You have 40 seconds if you want to put it into the chat. Again, the reason I said that you should try and find a physical activity that you enjoy outside of this wonderful exercise program, I know, it's great, is because, for example, I like bananas. I don't like Brussels sprouts. I'm, of course, going to use more bananas to get healthy as opposed to Brussels sprouts. You want to do the physical activity that's going to make your health goals more realistic, more enjoyable. The more enjoyable your journey, the more likely you are to finish that journey and maintain that journey, right? So starting up, next exercise are the push-ups. Wherever you feel comfortable, join me starting in 3, 2, 1, begin. Push-ups from home. If you're just joining, my name is Seth Spicer, This is the completely body weight, completely free virtual exercise and stream. It's completely instructional. All you have to do is show up or ask me in the chat a little bit and ask any questions that you might have. All you need is an 8x8 space and the want to get a workout and the desire not to spend money on gym or equipment and the desire not to be stuck in traffic for 30 minutes just to get a workout. That doesn't make sense. 3, 2, 1, and time. And truly, I don't know why we ever designed specific gyms. I think we're going to look back in history and say, man, that was a weird time when we all went to the same place instead of just making exercise a part of our lives in our own homes. Right? Anyway. Next up, we have shoulder extension or prone floor slides. The shoulder extensions, again, are from the bent over position. We're here, if you like that variation, or we can do the prone floor slides, a little more advanced, like here, trying to pull forward or back. Pick your poison, starting in 3, 2, 1, ready, begin. I like to kind of pull forward, push back. And if you can, slide, even on this hard surface, feel free to really try and cover some distance. Again, I'll make myself look funky, but you're behind the camera in the comfort of your own home. So you do whatever you feel comfortable with or uncomfortable with. We're all doing it for the sake of a good workout. Or again, of course, you can do the shoulder pushbacks. And time on that exercise. Cheers. Love to see it. Love working from home with coaching and motivation. Absolutely wonderful to hear. Thank you. And that, comments like those are why I wake up at 7 o'clock in the morning to do this. And hell, we're almost done. We have punches. We're throwing punches together, standing or here. 5 seconds. Make this a good one. Don't throw out your shoulder, but make this a good one. 3, 2, 1, begin. We're shadow boxing. And I'm coming up to shadow box and read some comments. I crossed my floor space and started pushing back. Awesome, happy face. Now, I will say that if you push back, it's the same movement pattern, but now you're going to start working your pecs and your deltoids, your shoulders a little more. So I'd recommend doing a 180 and starting to work your way pulling back across the floor. But again, exercise is whatever feels best for you. So you'll work your lats more if you do all pulling, but hell, I like that too. That's impressive that you can push back because that is definitely harder. Your shoulders aren't as strong as your lats, so good work. And we're done with that. We're done shadow boxing. And actually, we're done with the whole workout. Time flies when you're having fun. And this is the most engagement in the chat I've ever had. Love to see it. Love to hear it. Next up, we have our cool down. I like to give you guys tools so that someday, once we're done with this program, you'll be able to go and carry on with the friends that you've made through doing the program, right? We'll probably have these replaying forever and infinitum. But if not, we hope to give you the tools so that you can exercise on your own whenever you want, all right? So for the cool down, you can do some leg swings. You can do some leg swings forward, not just to the side. And I'm going to actually begin my cool down by doing the step over. It's the same thing that we warmed up with. Again, these can be a little more lackadaisical. I'm switching sides. Doesn't have to be so high. Full range of motion. Thanks. I'm going to go to work in the garden this morning. Time to plant some stuff. All right. We love a good garden. All right. Good stuff. Plant some beets for me. We love some nice roasted beets. Enjoy the garden. Thank you for joining. Happy face. All right. And we're going to do some arm circles just to get moving as our hearts come down. You can do some arm swings if you want. Cross body arm swings. I'm throwing a bunch of stuff at you so you can do whatever feels best for you. And the whole time, you should try to be nose breathing. Why nose breathe? Because it activates your parasympathetic nervous system. Exercising puts you into fight or flight mode. And what that means is that you get a little bit of stress in your system from exercising, right? And in order to recover from that exercise, you need to re-enter a parasympathetic state as opposed to a sympathetic state. And one of the best ways to control your arousal, it's really just a measure of your brain activity, right? It's how stressed are you from a given experience, right? One of the best ways to control your brain state, as I'm sure many yoga teachers have told you, is through breathing through your nose. Okay. By breathing through your nose, you get more diaphragmatic breathing, which is less stressful. And basically the way your body is wired with your nervous system, by breathing through your nose and more diaphragmatically, it's going to calm you down, as opposed to short mouth breaths. Slow nose breaths will certainly lower your heart rate and allow you to enter a more relaxed state. So that's why I tell you to do that as we cool down. Quick tangent about beets. If you guys are posting anything into the chat, which I will answer right now. Cheers. Quick thing about beets. Beets are vasodilators. They have nitrates in them, but there's also betanin. And these will act as a vasodilator. Vasodilators make your veins go, which is not only good to make you look like you have an absolute massive pump, to look brolic and jacked and yoked and whatever you want to call it, but it's also just good for your heart, right? A lot of things we do cause our veins to be stiff, right? Or occluded, blocked with our plaque. For example, if you don't eat well, smoking, just general stress can cause our veins and arteries to be kind of blocked. So anything we can do to get at least a quick, relaxation or vasodilation of those vessels is a good thing, which is why we like beets. They have natural nitrates, and that's why we like exercise, aerobic exercise, because it loosens up your arteries and prevents cardiovascular disease, right? So just even 3 times a week of doing what we're doing right now is a great start. It's an absolute great start. I think Jake said the other day that you can reduce mortality by 40%. Activity completed. Thanks, phone. You can reduce mortality by 40% just by doing the amount of exercise that we're doing already. So if you have any questions, I'm going to sign off for the day. Thank you all for joining. We'd love to see this many people in the group and this much engagement. I will see you all Wednesday at 7:30 a.m. I'll be looking forward to it. If you have any questions in the meantime, reach out to us at connectedchs30@gmail.com. Thank you all so much, and have a wonderful Monday or Tuesday if you're watching this on replay. Seth Spicer signing off.